S48, war number 7, and we're up against GT40, and this time my team will be Dust, Silk and Kate Bishop. I will be taking Path 5 in Section 1, Path 7 in Section 2, and then I will be taking an Onslaught, a Bullseye and a Kindred mini-boss, along with a Maestro boss using Kate Bishop, as I have done previously. Though last time I did it, I did have the Sugar Pill attack tactic to help me out, or was it the K? Either way, the tactic to help me out by shutting down the cosmic radiation damage, which is something I can't do here, but either way the fight should go well enough. Now, starting off this war, we have an America Chavez here on the Ebb and Flow knockdown and right back added nodes, and I am taking the fight with Kate Bishop, starting with the Cryo Arrow as usual. And then I also used an advanced power boost to get my first special one off as soon as possible into the fight, so that the Cold Snap just can get on and do its job by melting the opponent. Now, America Chavez isn't exactly the strongest defender, though she is somewhat annoying to fight on this node. However, Kate Bishop just completely melts her with those two Code Snaps, and even if she didn't, well, her evade, counter hit, passive stun allows you to just get those heavies in whenever you basically want to, without needing to worry about her spamming her own heavy. Then next up here we have a Kate Bishop on defense, on the Ebb and Flow knockdown and heavy hitter nodes, and I am taking the fight with Dust. Both of these champions are tactic champs, so there is the indestructible for me to worry about. However, Dust being a tactic champion means I have the means to deal with it. On top of that, the only real defensive threat that Kate Bishop has, being her stun, purify and evade counter hit, the attack tactic just completely bypasses it by lowering the opponent's purify ability accuracy. So as long as I can keep the tactic process up, I believe at least 3 of them, then Kate Bishop will never shrug off a parry stun. Now, at this point I could just go for a quick parry heavy knockdown special 3 and then spam some special 2s, but I did want to get some more sand on her before doing so, so my specials would hit harder, but I will also get the Fury damage bonus from the Ebb and Flow knockdown node with this special 3 knockdown. So at this point, just a couple special 2s and the fight should be done. However, I do make a mistake here and I somehow got caught on my dashback. That was a very long reaching first medium on Kate, and that just means that I gotta use some potions, which is unfortunate, but at the very least Kate Bishop doesn't hit hard enough to actually finish me off with that combo. Still, it's annoying, but either way I did get the fight down with a couple specials, and honestly, a very simple fight. Most, if not all, tactic champions could do that fight fairly well without any bigger problems. Just don't try to block Kate's specials. You don't want to get those arrow effects on you, which can happen even through the block. Then next up here we have a Shuri on the Make a Stand and Second Wind unblockable nodes, and I'm taking the fight with Kate Bishop, starting with the Cryo Arrow pre-fight and using the advanced power boost. Now, Shuri is an annoying defender to fight on the Make a Stand node, since getting the knockdowns can be annoying due to her non-contact hits, preventing you from landing parry stuns with normal champions at least. However, with Kate Bishop's parry, evade, counter hit, passive stun, I guess, you are free to get those heavy knockdowns basically whenever you want to, and that means the protection is not a problem. Just a couple special ones, get the Code Snaps on, and Shuri just got completely melted, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. Kate Bishop is just an amazing champion, and for war she just melts most opponents before they can really do anything. Though even with that said, I wouldn't really use her against tactic defenders if I don't have to. Then next up here we have a Kingpin on the Second Wind unblockable and power creep nodes, and I am taking the fight with Dust. Now once again, Kingpin is a tactic defender, so there is the indestructible for me to worry about, but that really shouldn't be a problem, with Dust at least. So to start off this fight I will go for some blocked light attacks to ramp up my prowesses, which will also prevent Kingpin from purifying any of the debuffs, However, something I really didn't consider going in was the fact that Dust purifying her own sand debuffs from the opponent counts for the power creep node, and that means his power gain or combat power rate is gonna go crazy in this fight. You can already see it stacking up very quickly, and that just means I gotta cycle special baiting over and over and over again, and slowly but surely I will be getting cornered here, which is not what you want, especially with this tactic. Every single dex will give the opponent an indestructible, which will then consume the tactic prowesses to remove it, and that is a problem. So essentially I got very lucky I used the indestructible boost here, or otherwise, well, if I get cornered, I will have to push him to a special 3, and that would be a problem without the boost. Kingpin does have the damage to basically outright nuke your attacking champion, especially with all the debuffs currently on him. However, I did make a huge mistake here and I did get comboed, which consumed my indestructible boost. And now, well, I went for a last-ditch Hail Mary play, threw my striker which landed, and then I threw my special 3 while the striker's stun was still active, allowing me to get in there and get my specials off before Kingpin has a chance to throw his own special 3. However, when I dashed in, I believe I dropped an input there, which allowed Kingpin to recover before my special landed, so he could have blocked the special 2, but he didn't. So yeah, I got very lucky. I didn't need a special 3 there. I very well could have, and I would have died. So at the very least the game feels slightly sorry for me for my overall performance this season at this point in time. Now here we have an Onslaught on the Burden of Might and High Energy Diet Minimos node, and I am taking the fight with Silk. And this fight, honestly, nothing too special to say about it. It's just another special 3 rotation with Silk, and the fight should go down without any bigger problems. And that said, for whatever reason, this Onslaught doesn't wanna throw specials. So I went ahead and got comboed there, which consumed my indestructible boost, or invulnerability boost I should say. And now I'm just stuck here trying to bait that special 2, which he just doesn't wanna throw. I can't hit him because then I would push him to a special 3, so all I had to do, or could do, was just dash around, wait it out, try to get it off, and finally, after I got cornered, he threw it. I wasn't ready for the inverted controls when he did actually throw it, but Silk's auto evade saved me as usual, and now I'm at my special 3 and the fight should be locked out. Unless I drop an input or drop my combo for whatever reason. Though that doesn't happen here, so at this point the fight is over. I will just be taking some chip damage on the neuroshocks, which is unavoidable and slightly annoying, but overall Silk is a great option for Onslaught on most nodes. Well, as long as you can stun him, that is. Then next up here we have arrived at a Bullseye on the Hazard Shift Shock and Bleed node, along with the Conflictor node, and I will be taking the fight with Dust. However, before I do that, I gotta go reset my masteries, put on recoil masteries to just give me that much more damage, since I really don't wanna be in the fight against Bullseye any longer than I have to. Now normally I would cut out this spot completely, but I got lazy trying to set it up, so I just sped it up, and well, here we are. Now, for this Bullseye, I did have the White Magneto pre-fight here placed by a teammate to allow me to basically bypass the Conflictor node, regardless of whether or not I have enough tactic prowesses to shut down the Purify, which is helpful but not needed. The other thing that it is very useful for here is the fact that Bullseye can't shrug off a passive stun to use his evade, which allows me to then hit him even while at a bar of power without, well, getting destroyed by the evade counter hit. That is extremely important, but even then, without it, the fight is doable. I just wouldn't recommend it. Now the game plan is the usual: get to a special 3 for the Sandstorm and then spam special 2s to finish up the fight. However, I was looking at Bullseye's health here and I figured the special 3 wouldn't be necessary. So I go for some more sand debuffs here, bait another special, and then all I gotta do now at this point is just a parry, heavy to trigger the sandstorm, and now a couple special 2s and the fight is done. The first one did not crit, unfortunately, but that's fine, the damage is still there, and there is nothing for me to worry about, except some more chip damage from baiting yet another special. And that said, I did get hit as well, but Bullseye's damage output isn't that great, even with the guaranteed crits, so it didn't really hurt that much. I got the fight down there, well, shortly afterwards, and I gotta say, it was quite a safe one as well. If you played it better, you could finish the fight with, well, full health due to healing up from the armor break debuffs, and overall, as long as you have the White Magneto pre-fight here, you basically completely shut down the fight. Now, next up we have a Kindred on the Conflictor and Combat Deja Vu Prowess miniboss node, and I'm taking the fight with Kate Bishop. Now, I do have the White Magneto pre-fight active, though I don't think I'm even gonna be utilizing that a single time in this fight. It's not necessary, it was basically just a damage boost. Now, on the other hand, I do have the Recoil Mastery active here without any of the damaging debuffs, simply to make my specials hit harder and to enjoy the damage boost on those cold snaps from recoil, which I believe it does increase it. I didn't actually test it beforehand, but I believe it does, and well, let's just assume it does. Either way, the game plan against Kindred is to save a special for the root phase, which I messed up here badly. I threw my second special 1, then made it Kindred special 2, which power drained me, and I didn't get to my special in time for the root, or rather before the cold snap took him to the root phase. Luckily, Kindred here was a low sig 7 star, so the root didn't even last that long. I didn't take any degen damage from it, but had it been a 6 star max sig, that degen would have hurt a lot. I would have been in trouble there, so I would say I got lucky it was a 7 star, and well, I will take those, I'm not complaining if I get a little bit lucky here and there. Now next up we have the final fight of this war, a Maestro boss that I'm also taking with Kate Bishop. I still have the Recoil Mastery active, which, well, this fight was the whole purpose I had it on. I want all the damage I can get without completely melting my own health bar, and then the plan is to just nuke him before the cosmic radiation becomes a problem. With this node, or the boss node having the opportunist node, giving the opponent 50% increased attack for each buff on them, the cosmic radiation gets out of hand very quickly. So I'm doing my best to land knockdowns whenever possible to pause his charge gain, to try to prevent him from gaining the 30 needed for the cosmic radiation, which I did pretty well managing it here, but it is unavoidable, and here he finally got it. And as you can see, the damage is massive, so I went ahead and improvised a little bit. I switched the arrows manually to the Caltrops one, threw a special 1 to get it on, and now I'm baiting dash attacks and heavy attacks from him to try to nuke him down faster, utilizing the Caltrops bleed on top of the already active cold snaps. Fight goes down, got the solo, but I took a ton of damage from the cosmic radiation, and the recoil damage was also noticeable, but I would say the damage increase was worth it. Gotta say though, the Caltrops play there was the right idea, and I'm happy that I went for it, though it could've... well, no, it couldn't have. I don't think I would've messed it up even if I used the wrong arrows by accident. Either way, the fight is quite simple with Kate Bishop. He is one of the stronger Maestro counters out there. And as for the results, we did end up losing this war 4-8. So once again, not a great showing by us, and GT40 did what they usually do, and they beat us up. So can't say much about that one. On to the next war.